Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the November 3rd, 2009 Board of Selectmen's meeting. Mr. Clerk, could we have the roll, please?
Yes, sir. All 5 selectmen are present, as is Mr. Sanjanet.
Okay, we're going to come out of order a little bit tonight. We'll take citizens' part. Who's here to speak to the board tonight? By way of hands.
Yeah.
Okay. Seeing none, we'll move right to the introduction of our new library director, Robert, and forgive me, is Norboso. Norboso. Okay. Come on up, and if you will, have a seat. First day in the hot seat, so we kept it warm for you. Robert, first of all, congratulations on your appointment as our library director. We've been some time without a full-time library director, so obviously we're very excited to have the position filled. And based on the information that I have read, we're excited to have you as our library director. We've had the benefit of that information. The public obviously doesn't know you, has no information about you. So if you wouldn't mind, could you just please give us publicly sort of a background, your experience, some of the things you've accomplished, your reasons for wanting to come to Wareham, what some ideas you may have for us with respect to the Wareham Free Library, and if you'll speak directly into the mic, it's all yours.
Okay. Well, first of all, I'm pleased to be coming to Wareham and being selected as your library director. I have a law degree from New York Law School, a library degree from Columbia University, and an undergraduate degree from Columbia University. I have worked as a law librarian. I've worked as a library clerk when I was in library school, and also when I was an undergraduate, I worked in the library. I have worked for for the first 20 years after that, I worked as a lawyer, and I was practicing law mostly as criminal defense attorney. Serving the public, and I then went on to be working as a public librarian in Brooklyn Public Library for the last 11 years. During those 11 years, I've run 2 different branches at the Brooklyn Public Library. I was in charge of 2 different branches, one of which was in Bedford-Stuyvesant, a minority community, very poor, and I increased the circulation from 400 books a month to 4,000 books a month through improving the collection. I think what happened in that library is what happens in many libraries, is that they underestimate the population's reading interests and think that they're only because they're poor or less educated that they're less interested in quality books and serious subjects. And I improved the collection so much that people from other communities in Brooklyn were coming there for those books. So I was very proud of doing that. I also did programming at the library, children's programmings, telling stories, going out in the community at street fairs and telling stories, helping the young people mentor with older people, so that, say, teenagers and seniors working together in the library. Interested in coming to Wareham because I have roots in Plymouth County. As strange as that may seem, while I was born in Washington, D.C., my mother lives in Plymouth, Massachusetts. My grandfather had a farm in Plimpton, Massachusetts. I've come up to Plymouth many times a year for the last 10 years, but I always came up to Plymouth at least 3 times a year in my entire life, for Thanksgiving, Christmas, and at least once in the summertime. My interest in Wareham and what I would like to do in Wareham is continue the things that are working and improve where improvements can be made. I think, and I said in the interview, that we need to concentrate on improving the collection in the library in order to serve the people or the community better. sometimes there's too much emphasis on bestsellers, which generally 3 months later are out in paperback for $5.95, and not enough emphasis on books that they may get references to in newspaper articles that they would like to be able to read. And so that's my basic goal in the library, see what we can do. I also would like to come in as a straight shooter from a little bit outside of Wareham, since I know there's controversy in the community.
Well, thank you very much, sir. Board members, we'll start with Walter. John?
Well, good evening.
Good evening.
I just got your resume now. Were you interviewed in person or by phone?
Both.
Oh,
I was interviewed by phone, and then about 3 weeks later or 4 weeks later, I was interviewed in person. I came up for a weekend, and I was interviewed on Monday. I think it was, I can tell you which day.
Oh, that's all right. No
But
worries.
it was
September 28th,
September 28th, yes.
because I couldn't make it.
Well, welcome to town.
Yeah, thank you. I'm looking forward to doing some fishing, as I told John today. I used to fish with my father in Buzzards Bay. Get those
Good luck.
bloody worms. Oh, I don't know if I'm ready to do that again, but I'll see.
Mrs. Donahue?
I don't have any questions. I just think if you have any ideas on how your change from city to rural lifestyle, you were living in Brooklyn, I assume.
Yeah, I was living in Brooklyn. I've lived in New York since I went to college. It's 39 years. But you know, first of all, this is not that rural. I mean, when I was, and I could tell you, I mean, you may think it is, but when my last 2 years of high school, my father had gotten a new job as a professor at Western Carolina University in Cullowhee, North Carolina, and it was 50 miles to a town of 3,000. So I mean, this is not that rural. This is suburban.
Brenda?
I think you have an impressive resume, and looking forward to having you here in Wareham.
Well, thank you. And you know, some people, I have an old-fashioned appearing resume. I don't know. I haven't updated it to the new buzzwords because I thought it had enough content without the buzzwords. But thank you.
Is the New York certification reciprocal with Massachusetts?
I understand it is.
Yes, it is. I spoke to the executive director of the Board of Library Commissioners, Diane Cardy, and she said it was.
Do we have it in writing? I just don't want.
I will get it in writing.
Okay. And now, you know, as you alluded to, there has been some controversy. There have been issues where looking to have a fresh group of trustees that you'll be able to work with. Unfortunately, the former ones, none of them had applied. So, but there are a few that have been trustees in other towns, so that they'll be able to support you on that end. But there will be a new group, and hopefully we'll be appointing them within the next couple of weeks. But good luck to you.
Well, you know, I don't expect there to be any problems because I'm a pretty forthright person, and I'm not. I have no hidden agenda. I just want to serve the people of Wareham and give them the best library service they can have, and I'm not interested in what happened in the past at all, and I don't intend to search the internet for comments.
Excellent, excellent. Thank you.
Okay. Well, I noticed that you were also an assistant district attorney,
Yes.
an ALJ, administrative law judge,
Yeah.
personal injury litigation, and adjunct professor at Queens College as well.
Yeah, I taught legal research and real estate law at Queens College.
Well, some of that experience may be valuable in this position. So